Welcome to our home. Today's episode is a little different because we are literally opening our doors.
Yeah, and today we're talking about how we can arrange the home to fit in for everybody emotionally, but also physically.
Yes, because it's about privacy and peace and togetherness all under one roof.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
So let's get real.
Let's get wiser together.
As you come in, you're greeted by 2 rows of coat hangers. Absolutely essential in our family because the number of jackets can get wild. And don't even get me started on the number of shoes. You see, we have 2 shoe benches where we can handle the daily rotation of shoes, and the rest are conveniently hidden away. We can at least pretend we are organized. One of the big selling points of this house was 3 bathrooms. Absolute luxury for a blended family. The one downstairs is shared by the 2 boys and the cat. Jesper and I have claimed the second bathroom on the second floor as our grown-up zone, and the girls, they share the one upstairs right next to their rooms, which also happens to be the one overflowing with hair products, makeup, and about 12 different kinds of shampoo.
The psychologist Irvin Altman talks about territoriality, the idea that having control over your space helps you feel safe.
And for kids in blended families, that's huge. They're constantly moving between 2 homes, 2 sets of routines, so giving them some control over their space isn't just about decorating. It's about building a sense of identity and belonging. For example, our eldest wanted his room filled with plants and had very specific ideas about where every shelf should go. And my son was easy. He's a bit conservative when it comes to change. Ever since he was little, he's been fascinated by geography. He used to have a world map as his wallpaper, and of course he wanted the same here too. We tried to keep costs down and reuse as much furniture as possible. So my son ended up getting Jesper's youngest daughter's bed, since her sleeping situation was solved in a rather unorthodox and unexpected way, which you'll see. At first, he wasn't too happy about the idea of sleeping in her old bed, but then he admitted it was actually super comfy. Now he's got this little sanctuary corner, just him and his computer. It's his safe zone, where no one disturbs him.
Another absolute lifesaver for us, the laundry station. Here we sort the clean clothes into name tag baskets, so everyone knows exactly what's theirs. The kids are supposed to collect their stuff and bring it to their rooms. Supposed to being the key phrase here. The girls have their laundry hampers in the bathroom and take turns bringing the dirty laundry down when the hampers are full. And the rule is simple. If it doesn't make it to the laundry room, it doesn't get washed. So they've learned, well, mostly. Let's just say it works about 3 weeks out of 4.
Welcome to my daughter's room. She was very specific about what she wanted to do with the room. She was very clear that the walls had to be white, and she also sent me links to the posters that she wanted to hang on her walls. Just these ones, nothing else. And she sent me inspirational pictures to make sure that the palette was right.
Welcome to the 12-year-old's room. She has a hard time cleaning her room, which causes some conflicts. She just has a different way of what a clean room looks like. And also, by the way, welcome to Daisy, the rabbit who lives with her. Our grand vision for this space met 2 small obstacles. A bed so big it basically dictates its own furniture layout. And a child who finds making decisions, well, challenging. So, We made the decision for her. We're calling it creative direction. Recently, however, our little client has asked to take over the project, and we've decided she's ready. And this room is our finest achievement. The room was built for a baby. It was small, very small. The contractor came up with the idea to build out the room over the stairs so she could sleep there. And what a perfect solution. The space was just that space, and now it's optimized to the max. This is the master bedroom, and particularly notice the walls that Lana have made, the gray walls that actually make it so soothing to look at. We have prioritized books here because we read every evening, and of course we have a lot of space for our clothes as well.
This wall was a tricky one for us. Do we include old family photos from before or only the new ones? In my family, there's a long tradition of making photo books and trip collages, and I've often painted portraits of the kids or other artwork myself. So we had a real dilemma. Should those pieces have a place on our new walls? I felt strongly about it. My kids have grown up with these images. They're part of our story. We're sentimental people, and we love taking a moment to slow down on the stairs, look at those pictures, and reminisce.
At first, it felt weird. I didn't have any pictures to hang on the walls, and I felt that this was going to be a memory wall for Lana only. My kids didn't really care about having pictures up, and it's very expensive, I found. So, for now, it's a wall ready for pictures, but definitely on my to-do list.
Research by Barbara Fees shows that shared family rituals like decorating, celebrating, or just having visible symbols of family history help children build emotional security.
So, welcome to our kitchen.
Yeah, welcome.
In blended family, you need a zone, right? You need a zone for connection, for retreat, and for playing games. And this is a zone where we try not to have mobile phones. Sometimes it's sometimes it works and sometimes not, but I think we're doing good. And we try also not to raise our voices here, so that
Yeah, sorry, we did raise our voices yesterday right here.
Yeah.
But we try not to.
Yeah, but this should be a place where we can have family time and alone time without getting disturbed by anyone, right?
Yeah, and when we first moved in together, I thought, well, if we can fit in all our furniture, then, that's half the battle. Spoiler, it wasn't. It was trickier than we thought. For example, if you think about the question of, okay, whose sofa gets to stay? Because, come on, we only have space for one sofa. And Jesper's sofa won. It's pretty. It's very pretty. But, I really liked my sofa. It was new. It was super comfy. But, it would take up so much space. It was a large sofa.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it would be so hard to part with it. But yeah, that was a sacrifice. And also we were trying to be very smart when we were planning the big merge. And we bought, for example, the same chairs. You had the same chairs as me. And that was a smart move. But we ended up with double the number of chairs.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to sell 3 of them. So if you're interested, they're very comfy.
Yeah.
We have showed you around our kids' rooms, and we tried to, involve them in decision making, and we played by the rules. Because researcher Gary Evans, for example, he speaks about the importance of well-designed personal spaces and kids' involvement. Their stress is reduced if they're involved in the decision making, and they feel that they belong, that they create their own space in the new home. And here we created the Together Zone, and this room is actually it dictated its own rules because it was divided originally into 3 zones. We have the dining table here, the kitchen zone, then we have the TV watching zone, and we have a music zone. And I love it when we get together at the table, but then everyone knows they can peel off whenever they feel they need some space, and they go to their rooms and they breathe out. And also, being able to do things in the same space but in different zones is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it when kids play the piano. My daughter and your youngest, they very recently took up this new habit. They sit together and they play a little, and it's lovely when I cook dinner and they are playing together. But if we'd rather skip the background concert, we can hand them headphones.
Yeah. And I also noticed that when, dependent on which place we are at, the kids are acting differently. So when we're here at the dinner table, they are focused on what we're talking about. And then when you sit in the TV section, you can just, you don't have to do anything, just sit there.
Yeah.
And in our creative corner, they are creative. So it's like different zones gives different personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, or make space for it. Yeah, and that's what family systems theory, like Salvador Minuchin's work called balanced boundaries. You want connection, but not enmeshment. And this is like a very unhealthy dynamic to be in. So
yeah, and a family dinner table is a good example. In our family, everyone has a seat. Well, they're not, assigned, formally assigned, but they are somehow naturally chosen. And some seats are more fixed than others. For example, my seat is fixed. I always sit over here. I like to look through the window, but that's because I spend all my time in this house. But where people sit at a dinner table can also mirror, the feeling about belonging to a space. And if there is no fixed or determined place for them, it can, suggest a deeper problem. They don't know where to fit in this new constellation, in this new setting.
We could say that everybody has a fixed space now. It's if someone takes the other one's seat, it's like, this is my seat. I want to sit here. So unless it's me, I am like moving around, not a lot, but
you're moving around between.
I'm moving around between
this
some chairs
seat and this seat.
Yeah,
if you ask me.
Yeah, sometimes I sit there. All right.
When we showed you around this space, we showed our calendar where we write down when someone does a chore. It really helps to to keep an eye on who does what and who hasn't been contributing recently. And as we told in previous episodes, it's very important. The sense of fairness is very important to kids. We also showed a little planner on the fridger. We showed a little planner on the fridge, and it's misspelled, but it does its work. The original idea was to write down what homework should be done on what days, because it's getting increasingly overwhelming sometimes. There's so many subjects at school, and we have so many kids. So we need to know what they should be ready for. We put some activities on that little whiteboard, but we can still be better at that, because we wanted to keep an eye on their homework, but we forget to update the whiteboard.
And just to add, with everything in blended families, also, bringing up a new system and make it work, it takes time.
Yeah.
But you have to keep discussing it and
to be
just
consistent.
But it works for you now.
It does.
Yeah, and I'm a lackluster, so I'll get there.
Yes, because psychologists like Philip Cohen, they say that having a predictable structure really helps to reduce your kids' stress.
Yeah.
And when we are so many, we need to make sure that there is structure,
Definitely.
or they can be lost. Well, I personally use digital calendar, for example, and it has been a game changer for me. As a teacher, we also have to multitask, and if I plan when I'm grading a paper or when I'm planning a lecture, I know I don't have to stress about it. I can relax and forget about that assignment because there is a slot planned specifically for that activity.
Yeah, and I have also noticed that I'm not good at using calendars. We discussed this before, but I'm getting better. So I get more and more. I know what to do. I know what's happening, and the problem is if I forget to put it in the calendar, it can happen. I forget about it, and then suddenly it's like it didn't happen. So it's also important to be consistent with writing in the calendar exactly at the moment. I noticed you do it
when you need to plan.
Yeah, because you do it right away, and I'm always thinking I'll do it later, and I don't. Then we have a problem. So even if you don't have space for everyone to have their own rooms, small rituals can help. And like personalized shelf, a color choice, adding posters on the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the point isn't size, it's about ownership.
Absolutely.
Even if it's a small corner, but it's yours and you put in an effort designing it, it will give you peace, it will give you a sense of belonging. Yeah. And every blended family is a new architecture. It's not only emotionally but spatially as well. It's a huge part of merging your families.
Yeah. So if you are rearranging or renovating or just moving some chairs, think of it as a family therapy minus the hourly fee.
Yes, and if you have done some renovation or adjustments in your home to fit in your blended family, if you had to find creative solutions, how to make everyone happy, please share your stories and we'll share them with this audience, this community. And don't forget
to like
and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.